Guys, our next aspect of focusing on is our on the pitch mentality. We'll be focusing on 6 aspects like we've spoken about. Our first aspect is taking information on board. Our second one is respect amongst players. Our third one is our discipline versus our engagement. Our fourth one is playing fearlessly. Our fifth one is playing to your strengths. And our sixth one is avoiding confrontation. On the first point, taking information on board. Your coach may be coaching on the side and he passes on information to players regarding tactics and things that need to be incorporated in order for the systems to work. It's very important that it's well communicated across the board, and as a goalkeeper it's so important that you understand what's going on and what should be going to your players and what information is going across. Making sure that the information is clear, concise, and making sure that it's addressed in the appropriate manner to your players. Our second one is respect amongst players. It's so important that all of you respect each other, because if you don't respect each other, communication won't go so well and you need things to flow. And in the time, your players might be their heart rates might be going through the roof, but it's so important that you make sure that you're keeping nice and calm and you're making sure that it's nice and respectable approaches amongst each other. Even during team time, halftime talks or during the quarter talk, players must keep quiet, listen to the coach's instructions, and obviously speaking one player at a time makes things flow much easily. Obviously respect amongst opposition, making sure that it's still hard and competitive, and making sure that it's all in the spirit of sport, and that once the game finishes, that it's just left in the game, and after the game you can be mates and can chill, chat. So important. And the third one is about discipline versus engagement. Of course, you have to make sure as any sportsman that you're disciplined on the field. It's part of the characteristics of sport, making sure that you toe the line, following the rules, and obviously playing as smart as possible. Obviously, you'll find yourself in confrontations during the game. It's just all about standing up and making sure that you're making the best possible decision. Obviously, engaging with the umpire, it's so important that you don't engage, you let your captain speak, or you speak through your captain, and the way you address it is so important. Make sure that obviously whoever is the leader in the team will be able to chat or converse or reciprocate with the umpire. So if there's any niggles or anything happening behind the scenes, you can engage with them so that they're able to pass on that information as well and as good as possible. Sometimes you might find that there'll be disagreements amongst players and the umpires or coaches. It's so important that you keep your calm and you keep your demeanor as well as possible, because you influence the way your teammates play and everyone around the pitch. Our fourth one is playing fearlessly. I understand that as a goalkeeper sometimes you get caught in the nerves and you sort of think too much and you put so much energy and time towards things that don't necessarily matter, and that's when playing fearlessly comes in. You have to be able to connect. You have to be able to understand that you're here to have fun and to enjoy the sport as much as possible. So that comes with playing fearlessly, and you need to make sure that you're stepping out of your shell and out of your comfort zone in order to be able to express yourself as well as possible. Our next one is playing to your strengths. Playing to your strengths may mean you have to come out your comfort zone. You may have to do things that you're not necessarily unsure of, and playing to your strengths is also understanding that you actually have the capability of making the saves in those moments, believing in yourself and taking the next step in order to better yourself outside of just the technical and physical ability. That's when your mental strength comes in, moving past that mental block and making sure that you're taking the extra strides to be a lot better. And the sixth one is obviously avoiding confrontations. There will always be confrontations in team sports especially. It's so important that you're able to help out each other as well as possible. If some guys are getting out of hand, you're able to chat with them, even though they may be angry in the moment. You're able to calm them down. Or if a player is not necessarily dealing with things on the field as well as they should be. You're able to see that body language and communicate it with teammates. So it's very important to understand those things and make sure that you're able to actually work things out. Yeah, and those are basically all the points that you need for on the pitch mentality. I hope that this will help you.